Hello and welcome to another session of Music Matters with Ev. And I had the fortune to meet this young lady and sample her dulcet tones at someone else's gig. But we were all highly impressed. So welcome, Karolina.
Hello, nice to see you.
How are you?
I'm okay now, yeah. Still quite weird times, but keeping positive. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much. And so pleased that you've agreed to take a little time out of your schedule and share with us a little bit more about yourself. So, without any further ado, please will you tell us, where did your musical journey begin? When did it all start for you?
Well, it started around, I would say, maybe 5 years ago. Still back home in Lithuania, where I'm from. So I started doing solo gigs at the beginning. Then everything started being more serious. I got invited. Someone saw me somewhere, and I got invited to a jazz festival, which was a huge step for me back home. Then I started playing with some live gigs with musicians, not just as a solo artist. And yeah, and then 2018 I moved to Bristol, and here music scene is so huge, and there's so many genres and styles and people, and I just met lots of amazing people in a really short period of time. And yeah, I started going to jams and open mics. That's how I found my band, which is now Karolina Griškutė Quartet. Yeah, and I started playing here, and yeah, everything was just step by step. But I'm really glad that I chose to come to Bristol because it took my music to another level. Not to that huge level, but for me personally, it was a huge step that from what it started from like nothing to that I have now.
Well, Karolina, I'm sure I speak for many others. We're glad that you came to Bristol as well. So please compare. Tell us about the difference between Lithuanian music and UK music, and especially the jazz scene.
Um, I would say that maybe in that time when I was there as a teenager, like 15, 16, 17 years old, in that time, of course, always jazz was quite popular there, I would say. But it was quite hard to get into the scene. Maybe in Bristol it was a bit easier, and not like people are not saying that. I don't want to say that people are amazing there, but it was just a bit easier to, just go to the gig, talk to people, and there, oh, you can play with them. So I would say maybe that kind of thing. But as well, I think I was really young, so in that time, maybe I just did not have enough confidence, to go to them because for me it looked like, special people on the stage and stuff. So yeah, and yeah, I just probably needed to grow up to be able to do that. But the difference is maybe um, that in Bristol there's more genres of jazz that you can see. It's so you can one night you can go to the Latin jazz kind of thing, the other night is swing night, and maybe in Lithuania there's still kind of not that many gigs during the week, maybe more on the weekends. So I would say maybe just Bristol is more settled with. I just don't know. Yeah.
And thank you for that. And also, the voice, being a vocalist,
Yeah.
you said you started off pretty early. How did you overcome nerves to be
I never
standing up and
did.
performing?
I'm still freaking out all the time. Um, no, I started singing in my bedroom, playing along with like Billie Holiday tunes and stuff like that. And I wasn't very good at the beginning. And the funny thing that I didn't have any vocal training in that time. So everything what I did was by ear, which is some people could say, oh, it's really good, but at some point when you're singing for a couple of years, you want to get better, and you don't know, you don't have the knowledge. So when I moved to Bristol, then I took some vocal lessons as well, and the experience as a plus. So yeah, but my nerves never, like, I'm always very nervous before gigs still, and when it comes back, I don't know how I'm going to react to it, because now I'm going to be even more nervous to come back.
Yeah, yes, I'm
I
sure we're
forgot
all
how
going
to
to.
sing, you know.
No, we don't believe that. All right, just one more thing about Lithuania. Are your parents musical? Is anyone else in your family musical?
Uh, Not like musicians, but my mom and my aunt in the childhood they went to music school, so they had like a basic musical knowledge. They just didn't do anything with that, but yeah, my parents were always very into classical music and jazz as well. So from the childhood, I would hear that, and we used to go to a lot of gigs and concerts, you know. So
Mm,
I was always around that kind of musical style.
mm. And do you play musical instrument as well? I'm sure you
Uh,
do.
no.
You don't? Okay.
No,
Okay.
fake news. No, just for now, just voice. But I would, I mean, I understand that I'm not going to become like amazing piano player, but I would like to learn, which I will start my studies in locals in September. So hopefully, I will get some kind of basic knowledge on the piano, maybe
Mm,
guitar.
good, good. And what about where is your performance taken you? Is it just the UK? Have you performed in anywhere else in Europe or the world?
So that's the sad part about it because basically, yeah. So I started in Lithuania. I moved here. I started gigging here. So all around, like in Cardiff,
Mm,
uh, Bristol, like some other place. Oh, in London as well, a few
mhm,
times. But yeah, we were planning basically just before the lockdown happened. In April, we were supposed to go last year back home to Lithuania to
mhm,
play a few really nice gigs. And it was so hard to plan that from another country. But
mhm,
and I was saying, oh, it's like coming back home, but it was really nice to bring something because I was about to bring Alex, my piano player,
mhm,
um, and to show what we do, you know, just a little part of the band, but still. And then we were thinking, and maybe in the summer we could bring like the whole
mm,
quartet.
mm,
And then we were kind of making a deal. Maybe we could go play in Spain, Valencia, but
mhm,
then everything just got
mhm,
like canceled. Lithuania was like booked and everything, so
mhm,
everything got canceled. But Valencia was still like kind of trying to figure it out where we could play and
mhm.
stuff like that. But it just never happened. But hopefully, maybe by 2022 or something, and maybe some other countries as well.
I'm sure. So you've taken us up to the point where I was going to ask you to just explain a little bit more. What happened for you in 2020? Obviously, the music performance dried up, but in terms of yourself, how did you cope?
So I would say that in the beginning of the year, I was really positive. I was like, as every year, trying to figure out my goals in music and stuff. So in that time, I was taking vocal lessons. I was feeling that I'm getting better. We were working on new music, and yeah, April little tour to Lithuania was planned, and I was really excited. We were working really hard, and then suddenly that happened. And of course, as we talked with you, I thought, you know, as everyone, we thought that it's gonna last maybe a month, maybe a few
Mm-hmm.
weeks. We didn't knew what's gonna happen, and yeah, and then when it just continued to happen, I at the beginning I was keeping positive. I was thinking that everything is gonna be fine. It can't be that bad, and yeah, but at some point I kind of started breaking, like emotionally. I was like so sad about that lost tour, and I kind of like as well understood. I was like, okay, someday we can like reschedule that and do it again. But that kind of feeling of loss
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
was yeah. So basically that I guess, and other really nice gigs. We were booked for the old Duke. It's a really nice place for jazz for
Mm.
almost a whole year.
Yeah.
So that went away. Yeah, but emotionally it was just very kind of unstable. I would say like one day you think like, oh, everything will be okay sometime, and it's not like the end of the world. But yeah, I feel like kind of sadness from time to time, even
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
till now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say that now I kind of more positive. Now we started like working on our stuff, which personally I can say that I wasn't really working much on my voice or like practicing very much during the last year, which is really bad, but I was just not feeling it.
Understandable, very understandable. So what do you see of the future in terms of the musical startup and also for yourself?
Well, hopefully it's gonna be that would happen soon, which I don't know. I'm more now concentrating on 2022 now. I was thinking if in the end of the year it's possible, then maybe, yeah, I don't know. I just start kind of from the beginning, I guess, like take where we left from, and yeah, just kind of try again, you know.
Okay, thank you. So what advice would you give to anyone who's thinking of becoming musically active?
Wait, no, just kidding.
Wait, don't do it, don't do it.
Jokes. No, I would say start working with, you know, whatever you do, either you play an instrument or you're a vocalist. Do what you would do, except like public gigs, of course, but you can always stream live on the social media, which is a good thing these days, that you can still show yourself and remind about yourself. But if you're starting, yeah, I would say if you play or sing, just record a few videos, maybe post it, maybe do a live show, even on Facebook or whatever. Show the world yourself, and then once it reopens, then you can say, oh, I did that and that, and maybe you want to book me for a gig.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so where can people hear more about your stuff, hear more about you, keep in touch with what you're doing musically? Do you have a website?
Not a website yet, but maybe soon. But all of my like main information about the band and where we post pictures and basically all of our journey what we do is Karolina Griškutė Quartet. So if you can't understand my surname, it's right there.
Is it all one word together or separate?
Separate. Karolina Griškutė Quartet, yeah.
Quartet. Okay, good. And that's on social media? On
Facebook, yeah.
Oh, right, Facebook. Okay.
And then as Karolina Griškutė, you can just find a few songs on YouTube and SoundCloud as well. And on my personal Facebook as well, if somebody's interested. So there's some videos from the old gigs and stuff. And I always post about upcoming gigs or whatever we do, you know.
Okay, I must say that people need to check out your YouTube channel because those videos are awesome.
Thank you.
Really look, you know, it's like, wow, this is magical looking and sounding obviously as well. But yeah, very, very good. So, okay, right, the last question.
Yes.
If the year 2020 was a human being, what would you say to him or her?
Well, I can't curse, so no, I'm not going to say that. But I don't know. I would just say maybe you could have been more gentle to people, you know, like stop hurting everyone. Just be nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Karolina, thank you ever so much for taking the time out of your day and giving us an insight into who you are and your music. And we'll be definitely keeping in touch and keeping an eye on you when things start. And as I said to people, you need to check out her YouTube channel because there's some awesome, awesome videos up there of what you do. So thank you very much. And hopefully we'll see you again in the near future performing and also maybe getting another opportunity to interview you and find out how's it all going.
Yes.
All right, take care and thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.